So Shattered Grid has come to a close, and as Shattered Grid ended, Kyle Higgins hanged up his pen writing the Power Ranger comic, and it's now moved on to a brand new writer, Margaret Bennett, I believe her name is. She'll be doing the brand new arc, Beyond the Grid, and Beyond the Grid was sort of set up, well not sort of, it actually kind of was set up in the Shattered Grid finale, and I didn't talk about it in the review. I just wanted to focus on the Drakon stuff, and that's about it. I didn't talk about the whole side stuff we got before we saw the big Drakon event, but yeah, Beyond the Grid was set up in the finale of Shattered Grid, so let's talk about that now. So what I skipped over in the finale was a little side thing that we saw with Grace, the Ranger Slayer, Cam, Mike the Magna Defender, Tanya, Zeo Ranger Yellow, and Cam the Green Samurai Ranger, and Andros, and Corone. Corone was there too. They're operating the rescue mission where they were saving several Rangers from the prison, getting them onto Terra Venture, and as it was going down, as they were rescuing everyone, that's when the tower was brought down and the sentries were all being depowered and they look like regular SMOs, and as that was going on, as that was going on was when Drakon became godlike and a white light engulfed everyone, and I'm guessing what happened was our Beyond the Grid team, our future team that we're going to be focusing on next month and for the next few months, however long this Beyond the Grid arc will go for, they were engulfed by the light, and they were sent to probably another multiverse, I'm guessing, or maybe just held out way into space. Who knows what happened, because if you haven't read the Shattered Grid finale and you're watching this video, you're very silly, because what the Shattered Grid finale did, it was pull the reset button on the Power Ranger multiverse and slowly put stuff back together. But what I'm trying to guess is what happened was our team of Beyond the Grid people were sent to another dimension or another world even, because we're getting a lot of plot synopsis for the future issues. Like 35 is going to be how Keeper became the Dark Ranger or the Talon Ranger, whatever people want to tell me in the comment section. We're getting synopsis like Andros is going, or like I want to see Rogue and he wants to find Corone, so I'm guessing Corone that he met in the Beyond the Grid storyline is going to get separated from him and he wants to find her. So it's going to become one of those storylines where everyone is going to have that, I don't want to say diversity, but friction between the team, and a lot of people aren't probably going to get along with each other, so like everyone's going to have to like pull their weight and find a way to do stuff. It's going to be an interesting team dynamic because a lot of these characters are very cool and very interesting. I mean, if we're dealing with Andros is probably young Andros when we first saw him, where he's learning how to be a leader. We've got Ranger Slayer Kim is probably, I don't want to say the oldest out of all of them, but she is the adult in this situation, apart from Grace, because Grace is like pushing on in her 60s or something like that. And then we've got a bunch of younger teens, so I'm curious to see how this team is going to interact with each other and their dialogue, how Margaret is going to write them. I'm very curious to see how she's going to do these characters that we all know and love. But at the end of Shattered Grid, we do get a few preview pages of issue 31, and it sort of has this Star Trek vibe, where I think this whole narrative, or this whole few panels, is being set during the prison rescue, because you have Grace narrating, talking about the morphing grid and how vast it is, and how she used to be a Power Ranger back in the 60s, and she has this speech as everyone's getting rescued saying she will never lose another Ranger again. So, is Grace going to be sticking around in Beyond the Grid? Because I'm wondering if she'll get separated from the team and she'll be like, sort of like the tech person or the communications person as they go on a mission, because I'm guessing because they'll be in space and exploring space, that Terra Venture will be sort of like their form of transportation getting around space, if this is going to be a spacey kind of arc, sort of like Power Rangers in space, if we're going for that kind of vibe. But someone in the comment section of my Beyond the Grid preview, I can't remember what video it was, but the Solar Ranger video, I think it was, someone said, do you think Grace is going to be the Solar Ranger? She does have experience being a Power Ranger, and if you read the preview pages, she does say she never wants to lose another Ranger again, so maybe she'll become the Solar Ranger in this arc, because we know the Solar Ranger's a female. We just don't know who it is. So maybe Grace is the Solar Ranger, so I can't remember your name, but if I remember in editing, I'll have your comment on the screen so people can read your comment and stuff. So yeah, so is Grace the Solar Ranger, and is she going to play a big part in this arc? Maybe, who knows, because we only saw like 2 pages, so we have yet to find out what happens when Shattered Grid starts next month, because we're at the end of August as I'm recording this, and Beyond the Grid, or issue 31, starts in like the end of September. I think September 26th, I believe so. So what do you think is going to happen in Beyond the Grid? Because I really like this team they formed, because there's a lot of fan favorites, and I get that when I post stuff talking about Beyond the Grid. There's a lot of Cam fans, there's a lot of Andros fans, there's a lot of Ranger Slayer Kim fans, there's a lot of Magnet Offender fans. I think not many people praise that character. There's a lot of Tanya fans out there. So this team is like one of those set of characters where there's like one that everyone loves, and I'm excited to see more characters getting the shine. But anyways, let's wrap up this video with some Beyond the Grid hype. Tell me if you're hyped for Beyond the Grid or not, because I want to know if people are excited for the next arc in the Power Ranger comics. But anyways, I'll wrap this video up by saying have a wonderful day, take care of yourself, and peace out.